everybody! Hi! Welcome to the Gamesline podcast. It's me, John. How's it going, everybody?
It's going good.
I'm kind of exhausted. I mowed my lawn this morning. I'm very tired.
Ooh.
It's hot out. Anyway, it's me. Hi, John. What's going on, everybody? With me this time is, we've got Lorelai over here, who's also producing. Hello, Lorelai.
Hi, it's good to be back. I've missed this. I've been on the road for 3 weeks. It's been a lot, but I am finally home into the... I miss the cool air of Los Angeles right now. I miss it so much. Why is the Northwest like 104 degrees every day? I hate it.
That's kind of, that's a little hard to parse. That sounds crazy to me.
There's nothing wilder than looking up temperatures for like desert places and seeing like, oh, it's cooler there. I could just go travel to the Texas desert if I want some cool air.
I will say, it's been cooler in LA, but it has also been like 100% humidity almost every single day. So take that information what you will.
I mean, I was there. I know, but I miss it. It was much more pleasant.
Yes, hello and welcome. We've also got down here is Rose. Also, we've got Rose. Hello, Rose.
Hi, it's me. Hi, I'm here.
It's hot out.
I'm imagining a better world where I'm playing Devil May Cry 5.
I mean, that is a much better world.
What's keeping you from DMC5 right now?
I have no space on my PlayStation 5 to install it.
That's fucked up.
It is really fucked up.
That's really fucked up. We gotta figure that out.
I know.
And then below is Nikolas. Nikolas, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing fine. I have had a headache for 3 days straight. I don't understand why, but I'm doing fine. Powering through. Be here with my buddies today.
Well, I'm glad you're here.
Talk
I hope
about
you
video
can...
games.
I'm glad you're here. I hope you can get rid of that headache soon, because or perhaps trade one headache for another, because we're just going to talk about video games, and that's always a little bit of a headache. Am I right, folks?
Hell yeah.
Are you insulting the idea of talking about video games with your friends?
On the internet?
No.
Yeah,
no,
fair.
I'm insulting video games, but not having a good time talking about games, you know?
It's insulting video games, but like video games when they put it as one word.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, I think that's like the derogatory word.
I don't believe in that one bit. That's gonna cause some sort of tizzy.
Yeah, I play video games, not video games.
Video games. For nothing.
Exactly.
But yeah, kind of a light week news-wise. We'll get to that soon. But let's touch on what has been going on. So, Lorelai, you have been away for a little bit. Tell us what's been going on. You know, you mentioned you were in LA and all that.
Yep.
Give us a rundown on what's going on, and just what games maybe you've been getting up to while you had some time to yourself.
Well, it was fun. I went and saw a Dodger game, and they won in their losing streak that they were on, so it was fun. It was Hello Kitty night, so I got a really cute Hello Kitty bag.
Oh, nice.
Out of it, good. So I'm very happy about that. But no, I was down there for San Diego Comic-Con. We made a road trip out of it because when you drive, you don't have to worry about a lot of things.
True.
So we were able to have a lot of really cool opportunities in both San Diego and LA, where I got to meet my baby nephew for the first time, and it was so cool, and I'm so happy. So happy to meet that little guy. But no, San Diego Comic-Con was such a weird thing because it was probably like the best vibes that San Diego Comic-Con has had in a very, very, very long time. Like, I have gone to that show for years, and it was always like extremely unpleasant, where people are rude, they bump into you and go, you're supposed to say excuse me, and you're sitting there like, motherfucker, you bumped into me. it's always kind of an unpleasant time. And I don't know if this year it was because it was like right after Superman came out and people were on the like, I want to be nice to people train, or if the fact that there just wasn't as much Hollywood stuff. So all those people who only care about celebrities weren't there, and there were mostly like people who were there to be excited about comics. I don't know. The vibe this year was very different. Although it was like, normally I'm used to like a much bigger like video game presence there. So I thought I was going to do some like video game coverage or something, be able to do some sort of coverage, but literally the only actual like video games that were there were advertisements outside the building. So you had huge Digimon advertisements all over the place. They are going big on the new Digimon game, which makes me happy. But yeah, the only company with an actual like booth for their video game stuff was Mecha Break, and I honestly don't give two shits about that game, so I did not wait in line for hours to play Mecha Break.
I imagine that they made these plans in advance, but my impression of Mecha Break had been that it wasn't being received particularly well.
No, it is not. I have friends who are absolutely obsessed with mech games. We played the first beta together for like significant amount of hours. We played the second beta together for a significant amount of hours and went, ooh, if this is going to be the monetization system when the game launches, we are out. And then the game launched and it had that monetization system, but actually maybe even worse. And we played for a day and haven't touched it again since. But yeah, it was kind of sad. Like Capcom had a booth, but it was literally just Udon Studios. It was just the comic books and whatnot. Nothing else. Like Genshin Impact had a booth.
Yeah.
Just for merchandise. It was all only merchandise selling. Like people like saving their space to sell merchandise. Like Pokemon Company had a booth. They weren't even selling cards from it. They were just...
because people would die.
There's just like here's a Pikachu that you can take a picture with. Or if you want to play our Pokemon digital version of the TCG, you can come over. Whatever the official one is.
I mean, they have the like online client for the regular card game, and they have TCG Pocket, which is the mobile only game with it's a completely separate, like it's a separate game.
I think it was the digital one, the one that when you buy a pack of Pokemon cards, it comes with a scan card for.
Yeah, that's the regular card game, but
yeah,
digital.
that's what they were advertising there. But it was like weird because I'm so used to there being so much more. Like, I know Konami's booth is always not going to be about video games, and sure enough, it was just the usual thing. But I was like, oh, I was hoping you were going to have some Suikoden stuff, and it was very sad. But somebody saw my Suikoden Abbey Road t-shirt from the booth, and they gave me some free stuff, and I was like, oh, for having good taste. But I mean, it's still a very, very fun time. But yeah, all the video game presence was like outside the show. I kind of understand. It's not that long off from the Summer Games Fest and all that. And like Gamescom is soon, and Tokyo Game Show is not that long after. And a lot of these games are coming a week from now, or 2 weeks from now.
PAX even isn't really something that like they announce big games at. Like there'll probably be indie stuff there, but you know, like this kind of stuff that would have San Diego Comic-Con booths their stuff is either already announced or they're announcing it somewhere else. So
yeah, it's but no, it's like San Diego Comic-Con is such a fun, weird time that it was nice to get back to it. It was nice to go to fun parties every night and hang out with comic book people and like go to like, for some reason, DC keeps letting me into their private party every year. I don't know why, but
I won't complain about that.
It's always really nice to just sit there and, like, I mean, it is because I know a lot of their old guy editors, and it's so funny going to that because you do have, like, the old guard who are all the people I knew when I was working in comics 20 years ago, and you have the new guard who are just, like, it's such a different vibe because there's a bunch of old white dudes and then a bunch of, like, young trans women and not white people. That is, like,
are they all chill, or is it
they're
like,
all cool? They're all pretty cool until, like, certain people come in.
Yeah,
but it's
sure.
You know, everyone there is, like, you know,
they're not going to be the ones showing up to the parties, though, because nobody wants to hang out with them, I bet. Yeah,
exactly. And it's just a nice time just sitting around and socializing with a lot of people and, like, seeing what the current new generation of comics is making. Like, there's so much more good stuff now than there ever has been, and it's kind of delightful. Like, I love the fact that Natalie Maines gets to go to gets to write in comics the character she played on TV. Like,
it's nice.
It's
what character is that? I don't know.
Dreamer from the Supergirl TV show.
Oh, okay.
And, like, it's just kind of fun. Like, oh, hey, we found out this actress was actually really good at writing. So we're gonna let her write a book, and now she's about to write a Justice League book, and it's like, hell yeah! Like, it's exciting. Like, comics are fun right now. They're in a good place as long as they continue to, like, the mainstream companies at least are, or the mainstream companies are doing a better job being, like, good.
Yeah, I definitely want to get trades and stuff eventually, like, once all the, like, because I think that, like, new Ultimate thing for Marvel is wrapping up soon. I'll probably get whatever collection or collections they have for that once that's done, because I read some of that and I did really like it, but I kind of, like, lost track of it, and some of it I was liking and some of it I wasn't liking it. So I would love to catch back up and, like, finish it all out when it's done. And I'm kind of glad that they have something like that has a cutoff point too, where they're just like, okay, we'll be done here, we're good, we can move on.
Like, I like trades. It's such a nice thing to be able to collect, and the fact that you can get them in bookstores instead of having to go to, like, I live in Portland, so I have every option in the world for really good comic book shops, but most people don't have that. Like, most people don't have a comic shop that you can walk into as a trans person and be called she a bunch of times by everyone. Sure. Or even just a woman and not be treated like a weird pariah when you walk in. I think about where I used to live, and it was just like you'd see women walk into the comic shop and immediately leave because the people running it would just be ogling them the whole time. It's like, fucking, ugh. I hate all these people.
I live near Austin Books and Comics, and that place is very nice. I like that place a lot. It's huge. It is. They really use the space because it's they have, like, a whole, like, strip mall area, and the way that they have it set up is it's, like, just basically the entire back of the strip mall, and then, like, a little bit of, like, the left side too. They just took that entire thing. It's just, like, it's crazy how big it is, and just how much stuff is in there, and it doesn't look that big from the outside. It's, it's like Doctor Who, which they sell a lot of Doctor Who comics there, so maybe not.
That's one of the things I've been loving recently, as I've been going to, a friend of mine always tables at these card show events that happen in town, and they have taken over this old dead mall right in the center of downtown Portland. That's cool. There are, like, this place is dead as a doornail. You walk in, almost every store is empty, and then you get to an ice skating rink, and then you walk past that, and every Saturday it's just a line of tables with people selling their cards.
That's smart. Okay.
And it's just kind of nice. It's the only thing keeping this mall alive, and it's kind of precious.
Yeah, I remember back in Orlando, there was a mall that I would go to that was basically completely dead, but they had a card store there, and this is like right around COVID time, so it wasn't like super packed or anything, and everyone was coming in like masked up and all that, so we were trying to stay distant and all that. And of course, like, a lot of malls were facing trouble around that time, but like, whole place is dead. But it would be bumping a little bit once it was card night, whatever.
Yep.
So it's interesting. Just having a structured thing to do helps to bring people together for sure.
Yeah. It will like revive a dead mall. It's just nice to see. But yeah, I also, on the way home, I will stop and add one more thing about my trip. We stopped by the new Nintendo store in San Francisco.
Okay.
Which is, now that I've been to both of them, the New York store is an interesting thing because it used to be a Pokemon Center. So it is more of a museum than a store.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they've got a lot of
because they had a lot more. They had a lot more space in there, and now they're just kind of like, hey, let's
The San Francisco one is a much larger store, but it is far more of a store. There's no like museum displays or anything like that. It is come here to get your merchandise. And I kind of realized I would never buy a local store hat from one of the Nintendo stores because the last thing I want is a fucking red hat with white text, even if that text just says Nintendo. But no, that was a really cool time. Just like, it's a cool little store. I was able to take my girlfriend's little niece there.
Nice.
Who's like a little 7-year-old and obsessed with Donkey Kong, and just good. It was such a delightful time seeing like beaming faces and just joy at seeing all this stuff that I love. And like, I think that was probably one of the highlights of the trip for me, just seeing that much joy on faces.
And what games have you been getting up to in between your travel and all that?
I didn't have pretty much any on my travel, other than Uma Musume, which, as we kind of know, is we've talked about it every week. We're horse racing a lot. All of my horses are A rank now.
Jeez.
I
gotta get on that. I gotta get my horses. My horses suck.
Hey, it's all good. Your horses are allowed to suck. They're horses. But,
no, they're not. I need them better.
I also, like, I hit my hour limit of spending money, and I just appreciated the fact that, hey, it's $3.99. There were the 2 cheap things, and I was like, I'll grab these, and now I'll never spend money in it again. But I am having just like, I'm still having a lot of fun with that game.
I haven't spent a single red cent still, so maybe that's why my horses suck.
Oh, no, I haven't spent, like, I literally just spent, like, you have 2 $3.99 options. That's it. All of mine has just been luck, because I don't do what all the fucking streamers are like, oh, hey, it's really easy to get all A ranks if you just, have all these 5-star cards. Make sure you save all your points for this. And I'm like, no, I just spend them. I get 1,500 carrots.
I have most of the cards from luck, but also
I spend my carrots. I've got like 1 card at level 45, and that's it. But like the only ones I have at level 50 are the ones that they give you all of to get to level 50.
I do want to get all the Super Creek though, because that card is so fucking good.
Yeah, that card is way too good.
It's way too good.
Even at level 30, just the skill is like, oh, now I only need 200 stamina to win anything. Thank you. But yeah, that's all pretty much all I played on my trip, because I tried to do raids in Final Fantasy XIV and my laptop absolutely cannot handle it. The third boss of the raid tier, every time it would jump to a wall, which it does a lot, my computer just locks up for like 2 seconds. So it was very like, no, I'm not gonna, I'm gonna wait until I get home to play video games. And then I finally got home and I did start Final Fantasy XIV and was able to do the new patch. And, they really know how to develop a good ass game.
Sure. Yeah.
Like I've loved this expansion as it is, unlike, half the internet, which gets their opinions from other people half the time.
Well, what stands out about it for you? What was the highlight, and why do you think people are responding poorly to it, perhaps?
Well, they're responding positively to this patch.
Okay.
Because they're like, oh, they listened to all our complaints, which is probably not actually true, because most of this stuff was probably developed or mostly developed before the expansion even launched. But I just really think this expansion's fight design is the best it's been in 3 expansions. I think the fight design has been genuinely fun. This patch gave us a really, really, really good dungeon that I really, really enjoy, and a really, really, really good boss fight that I really enjoy. Even if the extreme version of it is a little easy, it's still fun. I genuinely think the people who are designing the fight design are really, really, really good. However, I also wish my rare form of colorblindness upon all of them. So goddamn it, please learn to color differentiate things better. Oh god, it all bleeds together sometimes. The last 2 fights they've had to patch to make more distinct certain elements of their fight design, because for colorblind people it just all bled into one another and was impossible to read, which sucks because the mechanics are all incredibly cool. But all in all, this was the patch that finished up the story of the expansion, because the expansions always end in their 0.3 patch. They don't actually end at the end of the expansion, and they, outside of once, never actually have. But I genuinely think they nailed it, and I'm really excited to see where they are going from here, even if I kind of expected their big twist. But I'm just really happy to be excited to be logging on to 14 again, rather than just like I log on for raid and that's it. Or log on for raid and way too much mahjong.
Rose, have you gotten to play any of this? Do you have any opinions?
Yeah. I don't want to just be like, oh, I feel the opposite. Haha. But no, I have a high standard for Final Fantasy XIV, I think. Especially the 0.3 patches, and I thought they really, I don't know. I think they started doing this thing a couple years ago where they started adding trusts to the game. And the trusts are robot companions you can bring into dungeons, basically. And they started retrofitting a lot of the game to be designed around having those trusts with you. So whenever they have the trusts, the encounter design can't be that interesting, which is fine because usually it's just main story stuff, right? So it's like, never the hardest stuff in the world. But when they do it with boss fights like they did with this patch, it means like the boss fight is really, really easy.
Oh, yeah.
Because they have to have robots do it. And they also keep changing old, like I said, they keep changing old dungeons that had like I wouldn't say they were like the craziest, most interesting thing in the world, but you know, like some dynamicism to them to be way more easy so that the robots can go through them. And I really don't like that. It's because it's an MMO, and I don't know. I know that at some point there won't be the players around to play through the game with people, but we're still not there. We're still not even close to that point of this game's life cycle, that it's like really killing part of the core of this game. Because the system existed in Final Fantasy XI, and when it existed in Final Fantasy XI, it's specifically because that game is very low pop compared to you know, Final Fantasy XIV, and also it's way easier to make a robot that's going to cast spell that on you as a buff or something every 2 minutes than a character that has to, you know, actually react to mechanics. So I just think I don't like that. I don't like that they keep pushing on it, but my real problem was just I think that they really rushed the story compared to how they've done it in the past, and there was a real lack of spectacle. I think their spectacle is placed in other places. Like, I think the raids have been really good for this expansion, but when I think of the 0.3 boss fights, they're usually like so good. Like the Heaven Sword ends with like a giant dragon that transforms 3 times while it plays 3 different songs. Cool. Stormblood has like a fight that has the boss have like a panic attack mid transition, and then you get to see like a panic attack happen as the like with ads coming out to like attack her. And then like Shadowbringers is unbelievably good in every conceivable way. And then it was like Endwalker was kind of really boring because they just did Final Fantasy IV in the patches, because Endwalker ended at Endwalker when that came out. So then they just did an FF4 guy, and it's like cool enough. They got the Nichijou opening guy to do a remix of the Final Fantasy IV song.
Like who like had fun. Done a remix of that song in the past.
Yeah. So it was cute.
Like that was fun.
But it's like, yeah, that was fun, but it was still like pretty low key, but it was sort of the thing of like, you know, this is fine. Endwalker kind of like went off super hard, so I get it. But it's like Dawn Trail like went off like a normal amount that I say an expansion would. And then I was like, all right, let's see 7.3. And it was like, yeah, it sure is the final boss theme of Final Fantasy IX. I wouldn't say anyone even knows what that song is. You know, like I like when you think of FF9, you either think of like Vama, Flamenco,
which we've already got in the game.
Yeah, we've already gotten. Are like, You're Not Alone. The fact they didn't play You're Not Alone.
Like, honestly, I wish they had just gone with the Roses of May remix for the 5.3 because it goes much harder.
It's good, but even then, it's like, I think about how hard they've gone on the presentation for the 0.3 bosses before, and then it's like, I feel like they were like, well, you can do it with trusts, and I'm like, okay.
I definitely like the normal version of the fight. I think definitely does suffer from that. See, I was glad I don't do trials with trusts, because even Heidelin sucked with trusts, but you did it with people, and that's a really fun fight. Meanwhile, like this too, I did it my first time with people and had a lot of fun. People were dying, people were making mistakes, and like I was trying to figure out how to read which extra side of the arena he hit, because it all bleeds together because bad color design, but I was having fun with it. Meanwhile, I did it again with Truss, and I was just like, oh, I'm sleepy. And it's such a weird thing, because I do think they have good fight design in the fight. I think it's a great fight, but you do it with Truss, and
they have to make it. I mean, the one in the normal mode is just proving that the average Final Fantasy player is pretty bad at the game if they can't do what the robot does.
Oh yeah,
I just Heidelin is my biggest problem. I don't know. I just don't. I want them to try more, and I think that the stuff that they established at the very end of the story that you're referencing earlier, that makes me all more optimistic that they're going to be trying cool stuff. I don't know. I feel like there's this thing in online communities where they think when you kill off a character, that's epic and awesome, and it makes good storytelling. But my stance is always like, if you keep the character around, you can do interesting things for the most part, right? Like an archetype or something like that. So it's like, there's some characters in there that are like, oh, well, like they should have died or whatever. And it's like, but who cares? I don't know. Like, if we can have fun, that's what matters in the end. Good writing can happen.
I genuinely I do agree with you on a lot of that stuff. I don't think this is as bad as a 0.3 patch as some of honestly, I think Stormblood's 0.3 ending kind of sucked.
But politically, absolutely. But spectacle-wise, it was very cool.
Very cool. I genuinely do think, yes, those fights are better in Stormblood, Endwalker. I mean, not Endwalker, but Shadowbringers and Heavensward had better fights with that. I'm still baffled that the extreme for this one gives you 2 totems and not the one before, which I feel like the one before is legitimately more complicated and longer.
It was very weird that one didn't give 2.
Yeah.
But also they were only going to give this one, or what they accidentally gave this one, and then they had to email everyone their totems, which I thought was funny.
Some of the glitches. Also, the Alliance raid this expansion fucking rules.
Final Fantasy XI is a good game.
Yeah, it is. It made me want to reinstall it. You might see me talking about fucking playing Final Fantasy XI a bunch in a couple of weeks, because the first one didn't quite do it. I still have a lot of fun with those, but Sandoria, I was just like, oh fuck. That was my hub city, and
it has more of the music. I think that was iconic to me from that game.
Yes, and also mechanically, it front loaded all of its cool mechanics instead of the problem with that first one is a lot of the cool mechanics happen later in the fight. So everything was kind of undertuned because they buffed everything to keep up with Picto. So all of a sudden everything's dying before you see the cool mechanics, even on patch. But this one, it's just no, we're gonna throw the cool mechanics at the start of fights, and I'm glad they did that because it's fun and I like watching everyone around me die.
Thank you for the Final Fantasy report, both of y'all. Nikolas, do you have anything to say about Final Fantasy XIV? Go.
No, I don't.
No, me either. It's okay.
I do have I guess stories about my experience with it, because when I was a little kid, I used to hang out with, well, not super little, but when Final Fantasy IV, it was 14, but it's a game that's been around for so long.
Yeah,
I don't know what eras it's
12 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When I was younger, I would hang out with my cousin, who's 10 years older than me. So I was a kid and he was an adult. And he was playing it all the fucking time. I would say, hey, can we hang out? And it would just be me watching videos on a little tablet on my bed while he played. And we were still watching them together. He pulled stuff up on it, one of his laptop monitors for us to watch while he was playing. But it was really weird to when you're a kid and you see someone playing a game and you don't really understand the culture around games and stuff, and that they can be big things with their own groups on them. Yeah. It's when you see someone playing a game, it sort of imprints itself in your memory as your thing. So it's really weird to see, oh, this little game that I remember is the thing that my cousin would play all the time when I was a kid is actually the moneymaker for this gigantic company that has been going on for over a decade. And it's
it was the only thing they have left.
Yeah, and for years and years, we would just hang out and watch stupid Let's Plays of people playing Minecraft while he was on Final Fantasy XIV. He got better about not doing that, and I think he ended up he never improved all that much about not doing other things while we were hanging out. It was just he changed from playing games to he put something on in the background while we play a game together. So it was kind of it was weird to have Final Fantasy XIV sort of fade out. I thought, oh, that game's old news. No one's playing that anymore. And then it's oh, no, that is still going just as strong.
Mm-hmm. If not
people
stronger.
Are still playing. Well, It's still going. It's still going is the key word. I thought it was like, oh, he beat that game. He was done with that game. All right. Does that happen with Final Fantasy XIV? Can you finish that game?
I mean, you can finish the current stuff that's going on and then like be like, all right, I'm good. But I would say Endwalker was the end, but Endwalker was also when they had the largest influx of new people.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Like, I like that people are like, oh, Dawn Trail is so bad, it's killed the game. The game is dead. And the subscription numbers are still, like, way ahead of where they were in Shadowbringers, which is still considered, like, the peak of, like, the story quality. So it is funny.
Yeah, I don't really know any specific. He just turned it on. I just got a Steam notification. He's playing Final Fantasy XIV online right now. He just turned it on again.
There you go. You're on.
Like, oh my god. Steam games. I want to see how many hours he's put into it, if it'll show me that.
Oh, I don't want to type /playtime into mine. That's just on one character.
2,649 hours.
Oh, that's nothing. That's like my side character.
Well, that is on Steam. I remember he was playing it on a console years and years back. Yeah, this is his Steam version because he only got a new computer. Not a couple. It was like 3 or 4 years ago, I think. And before that, his computer was so bad it couldn't play like anything. I remember I was trying out TF2 around then. I was like, we should play together because you have like a couple hours of it in your Steam history. You probably have it and it's free. It was like, I cannot run anything. I can run YouTube and like MP3 players. I can't run games. So I assume these 2,000 hours are from the last few years.
Oh, probably.
It is his most played game on there by miles, though.
Oh, I mean, people that play that we're freaks. A lot of us are freaks, especially if we've been playing since 1.0 like I have.
Yeah. It
Nikolas,
does seem like a freak game. Huh?
Nikolas, instead of making you talk about a game you didn't play, why don't you talk about a game that you did play? What's been going on? What's new? What games? What you got?
So I should say that I really like coming on here and doing this podcast and talking about games I've played and games other people have played. I think it is a very, very fun activity, and I would like to keep doing it, and I hope to keep contributing to interacting with this group. This is the first time that I have been actually very, very, very extremely actively excited to talk about a game I've played instead of being like, oh, well, here's a couple of cool games I've played. I am really, really excited to talk about Sonic Forces. This is the funniest game I've ever played in my goddamn life.
We need you to bring this energy as often as possible. Let's hear it. Hit me.
I love this. Like, I need to... Okay, so I'm going to go into a bit of a tangent on something I saw on Twitter first, which is, you know, the best way to open up talking about a game. I saw a post that was like, you can pick one of 4 Sonic games to get rid of forever, and its impact on the franchise will just retroactively be removed. And the games were Sonic 06, Sonic Lost World, Forces, and Frontiers. And I want to ask real quickly, which ones would you pick from that lineup? To everyone here who cares about Sonic.
Yeah, I don't have like that strong of an opinion. I feel like the one that I would have. I know that, like, 06 is, like, this horribly bad game and all that. It's, like, legendarily bad.
But it's beautiful.
But it's also really funny. Oh, yeah, Lorelai, that is playing sound on through here. Let me...
Loud.
As loud as all hell.
Look at this trailer. Look at this trailer. It's so badass.
This trailer is really good.
It's okay.
Oh, man. Whoa, 3D environment.
3D environment. 3 of those Ds. But I would just say Lost World would be my answer just because I hate seeing those fucking characters from Lost World.
It's the worst fucking game in the world. The worst fucking game in the world.
I just don't like those characters. I don't like the villainous 6 or whatever the fuck they're called.
Deadly 6.
Deadly 6, yeah.
I just think Lost World's problem, straight up, is that it sacrifices what makes Sonic to be Mario Galaxy bad.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I can think when I look at it. Like, it has none of the cringe swag of a Sonic game.
Oh, yeah, because like as much that Sonic 06 has wrong with it, there is still, like, enough, like, goofy-ass shit that... Yeah, like, look at that guy. I hate looking at him. I don't even want to fucking see him.
Look at that!
Like, they put him next to Shadow.
He's like the funniest character in the franchise. They were like, yo, we need a new villain.
Zavok or whatever.
Let's make this... Have you seen the image where it's like, he's his tiny little black head and he's in the giant red combat suit because of the, like, open mouth that looks awful when they animate him?
Sure. But,
like,
yeah,
he's
but
so
I mean, like...
funny.
Like, I feel kind of similarly, and I haven't put my hands on Sonic Forces. I feel similarly to Sonic Forces that I do with Sonic 06, not because I think they're, like, of the same quality, just because, like, they're both conceptually very funny to me. You know, like, I just think that the fact that they made a game where you can make your own OC finally is just really funny, and it's also perfect, too. That is exactly what they needed to do for Sonic. Like, 100%. Yeah. That is just perfect.
Yeah.
And then
if you can't make an OC in Sonic, what's the point?
Yeah, and then I feel like Sonic Frontiers or whatever, that's like the open world one. That game seems fine. So
that one's just a real game, apparently.
Yeah. I don't know.
The game rules.
The game just seems fine. Yeah, so yeah, it's just Lost World for me.
No, I'm kind of with you on there. That's that is the Sonic game that I have made it the least distance into that I have played. I haven't played a lot of Sonic games, but that made me not want to play Sonic for a long time.
Yeah.
So, I open with this question of which of these 4 Sonic games would you get rid of from existence, like retroactively just remove its effect on the franchise? And I ask that because I feel like after playing Sonic Forces, without having played my answer, I feel like I would have to answer Frontiers just because all the other games are the funniest, like, things in existence. Because I am in love with how stupid and just, like, awful in so many ways Sonic Forces is. It is 3 hours of you just go forward in a straight line, and there's, like, maybe 2 levels with actual 3D platforming that I would want from a 3D platformer, because everything else in it is, like, cobbled together. Like, you can tell that this was made by Sega when they were like, if this doesn't do well, and this just acts as our funding for our next Sonic game, we're just done. We're just done. We just have to throw this together and, like, pair it with Mania so people will want to get it. Because, like, it is dumb camp from a development standpoint in every way. Like, you'll finish a level and you'll finish your dailies for the game for some reason. The single-player 3D platformer with 3 hours of content and, like, a third of that being cutscenes has daily missions that you can use to improve your score for, like, the letter ranking at the end of every level for a 30-minute time period. I don't get why they did this. And then when you, like, finish your dailies, you complete your missions for the level, and those give you recolored cosmetics to put on your OC that include, like, hats that say gamer on them.
Oh, yeah.
And then you go make your disgusting, like, freak OC by hitting the randomize button, and, like, okay, it's got this, like, weird tiki mask on it now while it's wearing a business suit, and it's wearing the largest shoes known to mankind.
You need to not press the random button. You need to actually make your OC, because then
you start with making your catered OC, and then you're like, I want to see how bad this can get after I got 100 cosmetics for beating 5 levels. Like,
it's got to come
and then
from the
you
soul.
do this exact pattern 10 times in an hour, because every level is like 2 minutes long and gives you 20 more cosmetics. Ooh. And it's just this loop of really just, like, this goofy story that is, like, the length of 1 or 2 television episodes and, like, the actual cutscene quantity, that has just the dumbest Sonic character ever is the main villain, but he's still, like, one of the most interesting characters in the series because he is, by accident, like, a perfect critique of the worst parts of the Sonic fan base. Like, if he wasn't in the game that was about making your goofy OC and hanging out with Sonic, he would be so lame. But because it's like he's already in a game that is going to approach the fan base and, like, creation angle, him being this over-the-top, edgy, actively deviant, like, villain who's just some stupid bully with like the lamest powers ever that can't actually do anything if you don't pay any attention to him. It's like perfect. It's like accidentally one of the coolest things I think modern Sonic has done with one of its stories, especially since its competition is like the Deadly Six. It's like, I don't know, every single minute in Sonic Forces, something new and crazy is happening. It's like, oh, what am I doing in this level? I guess Knuckles just said 80% of the military died because he came up with his plan in 1 minute. All right, sick. Let's go upside down really as this giant snake. Just like
so good.
So good. Just how really serious the story is. Like, Sonic has been jailed. They're like...
He's been tortured for months.
They're going to execute Sonic.
Tails has just lost it.
Yeah, Tails has gone full-on insane.
The way it's just not portrayed in the game also. That's all I can ever think is it's just these weird little conversations on the overworld map. I love it. It's fascinating. It's, really so beautiful.
I love that, like, it has to hit all the Sonic level archetypes too. It's like, why is the forest a casino? Why did Eggman build this? I don't know. Every single other location in the game has like some explanation, but then this one is just the casino forest because this is a Sonic game and we want the casino. And like, that's good. You should have the casino, or at least an equivalent in a Sonic game.
The music for that level is pretty fun.
Oh, that one's nice. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like this is either like probably lukewarm, but I like the songs for classic Sonic. It's just the instrumentation sucks on them. I don't like. I think a couple. Okay. I think one song in Superstars is like fine with that instrumentation. It's the factory song. I think that one is like intense enough to where the really loud, blaring Genesis style instruments work for it because it actually sounds like factory alarms and stuff like that. But then Sonic Forces music is just, it's awesome to hear how much it varies around. It's like, okay, this is the most rating like Sega Genesis like remix that you look up on YouTube put out in 2014 ever, and then it switches to like an OC remix version of a Sonic song, and then you're in like you're in like a Ruby credits theme now for this Avatar level, and it keeps cycling through. It's like, what the hell is going on? It is like it's 3 hours of just constantly being swung back and forth in every aspect of the game, like it's trying to give you whiplash. It's so good. It is so phenomenal. And it controls so bad. I hate playing classic Sonic and Sonic Forces.
The best. I mean, that's what tells you it's the best Sonic game. Sonic controls like ass.
I feel like the classic Sonic stuff in Forces was so bizarre. It just felt so tacked on. I don't even know why you needed it. They could have just made like twice as many mascot levels, or OC levels rather. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it would have been better off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because there's not much dimensionality to the Forces levels as much as I like Sonic Forces funny. It's just like, it is very much like you said, going in a line and doing the things, which is like a lot of modern Sonic, but it's like you don't need the 2D. I don't know.
Well, you need to have the 2D so it can connect Mania. You can sell the game. I mean also
that,
think
and I feel like they were riding off of like Generations too, right? Like was Generations the?
They're running off of Generations like 4 years ago.
I know, but that was like the last big one, right? That was.
Yeah. And also, I'm realizing I just said that like video games come out on shorter cycles anymore.
Yeah,
but it's like they had the Hyper
going
Generations
on with
Mania.
Yeah, what is going on with Sonic now, right? Like, I guess they're doing a sequel to.
They did Shadow Generations.
Yeah, that's true.
People like that, and they're making that.
And that was pretty good.
Yeah, I guess we could dip into the news real quick because that is something that occurred this week. Because was it like the anniversary of Mania or something, like the 10-year anniversary or something, or I don't know if it's been that long, but
it can't be 10 years, but it must be something.
8.
Yeah.
Okay. That's more realistic.
I want to say one more thing about Sonic Forces real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
You cannot move diagonally in 3D in that game. Like, it's like they didn't code it, because when you try moving diagonally, I kept doing this over and over just to make sure, you like stutter between going forward and then like left, like forward, left, to just like pretend that you're going diagonally and you can't build up any speed because you're constantly changing direction. So it's like, oh shit, I'm in one of the 3 actual like 3D platforming sections in this game that isn't just going forward. So I need to spend 15 minutes walking 2 meters like in a diagonal. It's so fun. Like, how did this happen? How did they make a movement engine where you can't move in one of any direction that's not of this 4? How does... it's so good. It's so good.
I just want to say, I was trying to Google Sonic Mania just to see when it came out, and I accidentally typed Sonic 5, and it just created a gigantic like banner, like like when they put the little badges that tell you information about a game when you Google it by default. It just pulled from the Sonic Fan-On wiki about a fake Sonic 5 called Sonic 5 The Great Escape and treated it like a real game.
Oh, I love that.
Holy shit. Dimps developed this.
Yeah, get on it.
Whoa, you can play as Hilda Folk in Sonic 5 The Great Escape, an extremely happy British blue-haired singing cartoon girl who is part fairy.
You also get to play as Sonic's supposed 14-year-old daughter.
Let's do it.
That he had with the princess, because as we know, like
I don't know.
The
princess from the OVA.
They wrote the entire script for this.
Oh, so sick. Yeah. Wow. It's great.
Awesome.
Wonderful. But for the 8th anniversary of Sonic Mania, the Christian Whitehead posted on Blue Sky some, I don't know if this is concept, I think it's concept art. Okay, it's they got a full-on prototype going. That was a Sonic game after Mania. It pretty much just looks like they were going to make Sonic Mania 2, and then that just did not happen, which is fucking crazy, honestly. I think that's wild that something that success... I feel like that broke out into I feel like saying the mainstream feels a little weird because it's Sonic the Hedgehog, but a lot of people who were pretty much like, Sonic isn't that good, were pretty okay with Sonic Mania, and
because they're all fake fans.
I mean, don't look at me.
Yeah.
If you don't love me at my radical highway, you don't deserve me at my casino zone. I don't know.
Well, it still just doesn't make any sense that they didn't capitalize on that.
I agree. No, it's baffling.
Yeah. And I mean, they're doing cool stuff now, like that team, because they did that like Penny's Big Breakaway game, which is just like a 3D like movement fast game too, and people seem to really like that. I should probably look into playing that sometime.
That game is pretty alright. It even meant as another like homage to the Sonic series in some ways. I think it manages to honor the 3D Sonic games perfectly by also not working half the time. It's like, oh no, I'm moving slightly fast. I hope I don't fall through this wall that I'm moving toward. Oh, well, shit. Guess I got to do the last 5 minutes I did over again. My bad.
It is your bad.
It is like a 10 out of 10 game that just decides to throw you through the floor sometimes because you tried jumping in a platform.
That kind of rules.
Yeah.
A Super Mario Sunshine tweet about how it breaks under the pressure of playing normally.
And it honks at you. Yeah, does it honk at you when you die?
It doesn't make any funny noises when you...
Alright, then fuck that. Alright,
it's really hard to die in that game. It will. Maybe that's why they throw you through walls, so you will die. But it is a good game if you can get over how much it will chuck you through things you should not be chucked through.
There you go. Rose, what have you been playing? What's going on there?
I've only been playing my horrible Chinese Gatcha games. So I can just run through that list real quick.
Let's hear it.
I've been playing Infinity Nikki. They finally updated that game to add a Chinese zone, and you just do a bunch of random Chinese stuff. Chinese. It's called the Luong, right? The big long dragon that in Chinese mythology stuff. But I always think of it as the Chinese myth dragon from that Pokemon video. That's all I can ever think of. But that one's pretty fun. I think they added a lot more like Chinese outfits, which is really fun to add to that game because they were kind of going for like a Scandinavian European theming for the first like start of Infinity Nikki. So having a bunch more like flowing robes and stuff. Yeah,
we let the white people be comfortable, and now we can slowly.
Yeah. Well, but there's this very funny part where they clearly made all the NPCs like models that they have to work with for like until they make like the actual proper Chinese region like white guys, like Scandinavian guys. But now like it's the Chinese region and like like I would say like Ming Dynasty or something, China, like very very classical peasantry style stuff. And it's just very funny seeing all these like white dudes wearing Chinese farmer outfits and like being named like Champagne and stuff like that. But like they have unique models for all the women, but not the guys. So they're just these huge built guys.
Sure, fuck it.
It's like that image of the guy in the Pharaoh.
I love dress up. I love dressing up. It's great. I love how many options I have all the time. And people were complaining rightfully about that game for a while because it's like, they were trying to scope creep some monetization, and I think they've stopped for sure now, which is nice.
Okay, that's good.
But they added a dyeing system that's like really crazy. Like they have like 9 parts to every outfit, or like every outfit piece, to be clear. And you can just like dye like every individual little bezel and stuff on them. It's crazy. So I've been having some fun doing that. But yeah, I did that. I did the Genshin Impact summer event, which is like, it's really funny. I have a friend who just started playing Genshin Impact, and they were talking to me about how much they liked it more than Breath of the Wild, where they like how it has like a really down to earth story, like fantasy stuff going on and like lots of writing stuff. And I was like, yeah, you get to just explore this like cool wilderness and do things or whatever. And I was thinking of that, and I was doing the summer event where I was, and the summer event is you possess like literally a Splatoon character, and you're just grapple hooking around everywhere like Spider-Man, shooting paint over everything to do Splatoon things while it's playing bossa nova music, and like there's just fireworks, and then you do a DJ show and all this stuff. And I was like, the peaceful wilderness.
It's chill, don't worry.
I was just really liking that dichotomy of the experience. But yeah, Genshin's still fun. I'm really scared. They announced their Roblox stuff they're implementing soon.
Okay, so by Roblox stuff, what do you mean?
They are creating an entirely fully featured mod kit for the game that will allow you to create levels, game modes.
Okay.
So kind of like the Forge from Halo. I guess I just use Roblox as the modern example because it will have like that sort of probably like front end. I don't think it will allow purchases through it.
Okay.
But they have been testing this out through various events over the years, like letting people make vampire survivors. Basically, there was an event where you could make your own vampire survivors, basically in Genshin.
Finally.
Which was really funny. And now this is more fully featured. Like they talk like, hey, it's going to have like 16 player co-op up to the max. Like you can make team death, you can make battle royales, you can make adventure games, you can make like all this stuff, whatever. It's scary.
Finally, the Genshin Impact hero shooter that we've all wanted.
I don't know why they're doing this.
Yeah,
I assume this is what happened when they defeated the guy at the company that was obsessed with the metaverse a few years ago. Because there was this like big story in like 2022 where they were like, hey, one of our like CFOs or whatever is like talking to the Chinese government about how he's going to create a digital world that everyone will live inside of. And it's like, what are you talking about, man? You made Breath of the Wild Gacha game. But I think that guy like exploded or something. So they kind of gave up on that. But I imagine this is like them turning the resources they might have dumped into something else.
Yeah. The only metaverse thing that has continued to progress that makes any sense to me, and this ties into what was just posted on the site. If you all want to check that out, on Gamesline.net, Maverick interviewed Yagu from HoloLive, like the CEO of Cover Corp. And one of the things they talked about was the Hollow Earth metaverse thing that they have. And it's like, that makes sense because it's not them going like, oh, you're going to go in there and you're going to live your entire life and you're going to have this, like, they were basically like, we're going to have events in there so that way you can go to like virtual concerts, which makes perfect sense if you are watching a virtual YouTuber do something. Like, yeah, that makes sense, you know? And then they were like, also, we're making it so you can like basically set up shops for your things, and it's not like, some of it is, I think, like in-game purchase kind of stuff. But they said like you could just sell real life stuff there too, like fan art kind of stuff and like fan creations, and you get the money from it. So it's like that kind of stuff makes sense, where it's like, this is a, you know, like a place where it is already virtual as is, so we are just layering another layer on top of it, and also integrating other people, like we're letting fans do things that they would not normally be able to do. Like that makes sense to me. That all makes sense to me. It's like VR chat and stuff like that. Like, that makes sense. But everything else there, it's like, yeah, Genshin Impact doesn't need that kind of shit because it's Genshin Impact. Like, what are you doing? Like, what?
Yeah, I don't get it. But
I mean, the amount of weird metaverse chuds lately is driving me up the wall.
I can't even imagine like where that's going now, you know? Like, that seems to be something that's like kind of in the past, but I don't know. People are always going to keep trying to do stuff.
Whereas I think like this thing that they've turned it into or whatever for Genshin makes way more sense of like, Roblox is very popular for a reason. Maybe if you can make it a little less evil, but I mean, it is attached to a Gacha game, so who knows? Mm-hmm. But
Roblox Gotcha is the worst combination of things I can think of for a game.
Sure is.
But
Roblox Gotcha is scary to think about. Just like
the scary thing was me reading like you can create your own character and create kits for them for the game modes, and I'm like, how is this all going to work? I don't know. It's scary.
Yeah, what?
But yeah, I've been enjoying Genshin. I'm really excited to get into the new stuff because I think like that game has just consistently gotten better from a writing perspective. All the Hoyo games have, which is really nice. There was this thing when all those games came out at first. I think Zenless Zone Zero might have been one of the only ones free from it because it kind of came out in the era of being more modern when they fixed things up. But like when Honkai and Genshin started, they would do events and they would be very obviously like machine translated. Very stiff and very just straightforward because they think it didn't matter. And then like Honkai only recently, I would say like probably the end of last year, started being like, hey, no, we should probably bespokely localize everything. And I'm like, yeah, maybe. Mm-hmm. But they've both gotten to that point, and now it's like, even when you're doing mundane content, it's localized so well that it's like, yes, your writing is good. It's always been pretty decent, but now everyone can actually see that it's like pretty consistently good. And like Honkai is great. Also, that I don't have much to say about Honkai Star Rail, but I play that all the time. That's my like main gacha game I would say I play, and I really like it. I really like that. The English dub is like crazy good. The main antagonist right now has like such a good voice actor. I'm like obsessed with it because he does a thing that I want more voice actors to do, which is when there's ellipses or like or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. In like the dialogue, he goes like, for the ellipses, he'll just start being like or like or like trail the end of the last word for a really long time. And then like the hums will be like, and that's just like, it's so good. I eat that shit up, dude. I love it.
It works.
And they started implementing, I don't know if you've ever seen how these games work, but they usually post like really high quality and high effort, like trailers for the characters that are like usually animated by like an anime studio or something like that. They started just putting those in the game now, which is really nice.
Oh, that's good.
So it's like the last story patch ended with a gigantic like Devil May Cry style AMV to cap it all off. Or whatever.
Hell yeah!
I was like, this is fucking awesome. Like I I think
God, you're actually making me want to reinstall it.
I really like Honkai Star Rail. I think it's a really good game. My favorite part about it is that it is extremely low effort in terms of what you have to do for it. You can just treat it as I read it for 6 hours every month and a half, and then I just chill, and it's totally fine. And I like that about it. Yeah, sorry I only played gacha games, but they're very easy for me to play when I'm in bed. They're so easy to play.
I mean, yeah, that's why they exist, I would say. Yeah, that's, you know.
But it's fun.
How are your horses?
They're fine. I haven't done that much recently. I kind of like grinded a little in the last event, and I was like, oh, I need a break.
It was Gold Ship Week, and you fucking
I've been doing that.
Missed
I'm
it.
logging in. I'm logging in. It's very easy to open.
Yep. I did my 5 million points of gold chip races.
Oh, I didn't even know if that there's. Oh, right. She has. Right. I need to do that.
She gives you extra gold.
See, my problem is I hate. I don't. Numbers don't do anything for me, which is why I think I survive in the gacha world really easily. Is I'm just like, man, I don't care if I do more numbers. So I'm just like. Right now I'm just like I have like 3 more horses to do the story for, I think, but I've done like all the other ones, so I'm like, well, what's the point in doing more? Well, I just want to read the story. I want to see Goo Goo babies.
Yeah,
the stories are pretty good. Like I did actually finally play through Super Creeks, and I was just like,
she's awesome.
They made it kind of interesting. They made her having a weird like mommy complex kind of interesting, because they were like, she's doing it because she doesn't believe in herself. She just wants to do it for you, but not for her. So you have to help her realize that she also needs to do it for herself, too.
And then just how that like, warps into her trying to do it with other people also, like...
Yeah. Yeah, it's like they actually made it kind of interesting, but then the ending was insane. Yeah. I can't believe that shit. Where they were just like the true reveal of what Goo Goo Babies was. I was not prepared. I was like, dude, what's going on, man?
John, have you seen
I don't condone this.
Cinderella Grey yet?
I have seen the first episode and I liked it, and I will watch more because I know it's on YouTube.
Yeah, it's really good. I recommend it a lot. I think... she's going to be in the second season, but I think the way they portray all the horses in that show is fucking awesome. Like they portray Simbali Rudolph as like the raging meme face guy, the Wojak or whatever, who's like really upset about things occurring. That's how they portray her.
All right, because I've seen like some screen grabs from the manga where it's like, you know, it's like Super Creek in the game is the mommy, and then it's Super Creek in the manga is just like dark. Yeah, like I'm going
that's
to
how every
kill
horse
everybody.
is.
Like it's like, yeah, exactly. Because yeah, like I know that Oguri Cap is like that too, where it like switches between like her being like, oh, I'm gonna eat 5 million pieces of food, and also just be a weirdo.
And she has the devil gene.
Yeah, exactly. And then when she's racing, she's just like she's gonna destroy everything in her wake, and that's good. I respect it. Who have I not spoken to? Oh, I guess John. I guess I can talk about what I've been playing.
How's your pecans?
Okay, so I got the urge to play Pikmin 2 recently. Because I mean, you've been talking about it a little bit, Nikolas, and then there's a YouTube channel that I really like that his videos kept popping up. I'm only here for Pikmin channel. I recommend that channel a lot. It's very funny. But yeah, so this is Pecan 2, which I actually started playing the original Pikmin 2, but then this is a ROM hack by PickHacker, where they ran all the text in the game through Google Translate multiple times, and it is a fucking mess. It is so funny. I've taken a bunch of screenshots and I've been posting them on my Blue Sky. There's some real highlights here, like you know, the ship calling you an immigrant, and it feels like there's more venom behind that than a lot of like people on Twitter being racist. It's fucking insane.
Every time you post a new screenshot, I am just like cackling.
Yeah, let me see here. Here's one where Olimar says, I put him on my dick and learned Pecan dancing skills. Like, what's going on? Hello? It's fucking crazy. Yeah, just you did it. Birds and animals will suffer more and more. I love it. Yeah, all the text just run through it. Yeah, all the mail, all the stuff in the menu. There's some parts where it's like kind of hard to get through it because you're just like, I don't know where I'm supposed to go next because they fucked up they fucked everything up so badly that you're like, I don't know what the name of this cave is. I don't know what this is. So I played through Pikmin 2. The last time I played through it was when the new Play Control version came out for Wii. So it's been a long time. But this holds up though. Like even though I'm, playing this as this goofy ass version of it, I'm still just having a good time playing Pikmin 2. And yeah, that game holds up really well.
It might be the best one.
Yeah, I'm starting to lean back towards that because I did really like Pikmin 4, and to mention the YouTuber, the I'm only here for Pikmin guy, he's got quite a few videos talking about some good points about why Pikmin 4 is lacking in like a lot of the difficulty and all that. Like I totally get that. Like that game is a total breeze. And, I'm not somebody who's, like, obsessive with difficulty. Like, I will enjoy a game, if it's just fun to interact with. But I also understand that, like, the Pikmin games are, like, RTSs, and a lot of what makes those games fun are the strategy elements, and they've taken a lot of the strategy out of Pikmin 4. So I do understand a lot of people's complaints about that. But, yeah, Pikmin 2 is the best of those kinds of games where, like, yeah, the strategy is, like, honed to a precise sheen, for sure, with the caves and all that. Excellent game. There are some other ROM hacks, too, that Pick Hacker has done, that I would say you could look into as well. Like, from what I've heard, the best... I haven't put my hands on it, but the best way, if you want to play Pikmin 1, there's a ROM hack called Pikmin Squared, where they remade Pikmin 1 in Pikmin 2's engine, so you don't have to worry about all the, like, bugs and shit that were in the, like, GameCube version of Pikmin 1. Yeah. So if you're interested in that, definitely check that out. And, there's other stuff as well, but I just wanted to play Pikmin 2 with the dumb Google Translate shit.
That honestly is a really fun idea. Just run it through Google Translate, then run it back, then run it back.
It's just like Pokemon Vietnamese Crystal.
Yeah, I think there's like a 1,000-Year Door ROM hack that does something similar, because whenever you boot up Pecan 2, it's called Pecan 2 because they translated Pikmin to pecans. Whenever you load it up, there's like a little like disclaimer. This is like, hey, some of the dialogue in this is going to be NSFW, but it's not as bad as a 1,000-Year Door hack. And I was just like, oh, okay, oh boy, like there's entries of Olimar talking about putting someone on his dick and dancing around. Like that 1,000-Year Door ROM hack's got to be fucking crazy. But yeah, that's the big game that I've been playing. I've just, been doing some UMA racing, and I've been trying to read a little bit more too, that sort of stuff. That's what's been going on with my downtime, I would say, this past week. Do y'all want to hit some news, or do you want to run through a little, more of what's been going on?
We can do some news.
I mean, I could finish up my game talk for a second, because I've only got a quick one, but
go ahead.
Rose, I already said it on Blue Sky, but I hate you.
Wow.
You got me to get your review of Khazan, got me to download it. Well, the combination of your review of Khazan and what's the thing I'm thinking of? The fact that they did this, the fact that they gave you like the femme version of Khazan, I was like, fuck, I guess I have to download it now. So I downloaded it, and I never really took the time to play it though. But But when I got home, I was like, I really want to scratch my Nioh 2 itch, and if what Rose said is true, well, I need to find out. And sure enough, what's the good God, they scratched my Nioh 2 itch pretty good. Like it's got the it's got the dumb loot. I got a spear that was like fuck yes. That I used pretty constantly. It's such a it feels like it feels like Game of the Generation Nioh 2 in some ways, in enough ways that it scratches my itch pretty good. And God,
you can just tell how much they love it.
I can't wait to dig in.
Is all I can think. You can tell how much they love Nioh, and I think the most beautiful part about that is, just like Lies of P, they also understand that it should feel good to play Nioh, which I think a lot of games fail when they try to copy it.
Like Lies of P is more of a, hey, we want to make a thing that catches like a bit of the, like mixes Nioh with Bloodborne, and we love both. This just feels like, hey, we really love Nioh and we made Nioh.
It's all the character action game just mechanics that they have in it, just to supplement all the Souls-like stuff. It's just like, that's exactly what makes Nioh good. You know, it's great.
It feels really good, and I'm so glad that I mean, I've only played 2 levels so far, so I can't like fully talk about it. But the fact that I'm already liking it this much this early makes me like very eager to actually make it like a Nioh Tuesday kind of stream, because I really want to keep playing it.
The bosses are great is the thing. It's just like, I feel like one of the only things, and it works for Nioh, to be clear, because there's so many, but a lot of the things that Souls games end up doing is they just have a lot of bosses and there's a ton of clunkers in there. And then I feel like this game was really smart in that I feel like there's a normal amount of bosses. I think there's like 13 or 14 maybe, probably more than that, but it's like, but they're all just so well designed and so tight that they come off as like really fun.
Yeah, that's my thing with like Nioh. The only bosses I don't like are the ones where they like the giant fucking house. Yeah, I hate that fight. I love every fight in that game except for giant fucking house. Do they do that in
I don't think there's even a single gimmick fight like that in the game, so
you just like took it from I'm thinking about making this my regular Tuesday thing to this might 100% gonna end up my regular Tuesday thing.
I was thinking, and there's like one, but it's like a giant dragon, and it's really big, but it still has like mechanics to it, so it's fine.
Because the only thing I think about now with giant bosses is the 2 really giant ones they put in Wolong that just suck ass.
Yeah. Wolong should be good.
I wish it was good. It's got the best fight they've ever designed in the first Lu Bu fight. But the second Lu Bu fight, how do you combine Lu Bu with red hair and combine them into one person and magical being and make that fight suck and take one shot?
Yeah.
Like, but no, I am. Thank you for like your review, because I probably wouldn't have touched it if it wasn't.
I'm glad. I think you'll enjoy it. I hope you do.
I mean, I already am.
Well, then I doubt it will do anything to dissuade you.
Yes.
John, also for fun lore references, the house we're complaining about from Nioh 2 is Osaka Behime.
Okay, I mean that makes sense because she's like a shut-in, right?
Yeah, she's a ghost in a house.
I know that from the other game, Gatcha game.
Yeah, you've seen her as a gamer.
That's true. Anything else, Lorelai? Or
nope, that's it. That's my everything I've done since I got home. So,
Rose, I know that you said that you had only really been playing the Gatcha games, but did you actually play Wuchang?
Yeah, I played it last time I talked about it. I think I talked about it last week a little bit, and I also played a little bit more. I have to say that I don't remember if I complained about it last time, but as I've gotten further in that game, My one major complaint is I hate Unreal Engine. We need to put a stop to this. I hate the way every environment looks. It doesn't matter if you make your game have beautiful Dark Souls 1 level design, if everything just looks like gray and dark gray, green, sludge, rocks. Because I don't know where I am. I've been watching my girlfriend play fucking Dark Souls 1, and, like, that game, you know where you are all the time. Because everything has shading. Yeah. But yeah, I've been playing a little Wuchang, and I like the combat still, but it's no Khazan, is what I'll say. That's all I keep thinking, is just like, I just played that, and I really enjoyed that, and this has some degrees of interesting ideas that I really, really like, but it is very much more in line with I like Dark Souls style game than a Lies of P or something. Yeah. But that leads into a news thing, I assume is why you asked me.
Yes, that is why I asked. Very bizarre, but also just kind of unfortunately makes sense. Bit of news here where, the game just recently updated. They just put out a patch, and it just threw the entire story and some of the balance of the game completely out of whack. There was a big, not even really a big. Small. There was just there was a complaint wave, a small-ish complaint wave from some players, where I'm getting this from PC Gamer. I'm trying to, I've read this before, but it's a little layer here. So the game is set in the Ming Dynasty. Set in the Ming Dynasty? Yes. Okay, it's set in the Ming Dynasty, and you are fighting against the Qing Dynasty, or what will become that?
Yeah.
I think it says, okay. And so, because there's, like, basically it's like, in the historical context of China, the Qing Dynasty is, or the Ming Dynasty was ruled by the Han Chinese, which is the majority of China, and the king was the Manchu people, which are an ethnic minority. And so, basically, they're a lot of the enemies that you're fighting and a lot of the bosses are all like Ming Dynasty, like era people or, figures, either real or mythological. So there's a bunch of people that were basically just being like, why are you having us fight and kill these heroes? And so they went back and made it so, they're doing all the animations where you're killing them, but then characters will just be like, oh, don't worry, they're sleeping, it's fine, they're okay, you didn't kill anybody, they're okay.
It's just nap time.
You couldn't defeat them. They're too powerful. They just want to take a nap.
There's one where a guy literally goes, "Ha ha ha! You've passed my trial," and I really am obsessed with that one, just conceptually. I also want to say that the big thing is that a bunch of Chinese influencers in the political space basically were pretending who pretend that they are descended from the Ming Dynasty heroes are the people who are mainly complaining about it. Is what happened.
Oh, so they're just like...
So it's like, my father was George Washington. How could you fucking do this to him, Assassin's Creed 3? How dare you?
Okay, yeah, that's... And so, yeah, they capitulated to that. It seems like there's there's a part where it's... The entirety of Chapter 4 is now insanely easy. This is from Lance McDonald on Twitter. Because half of the enemies are now non-hostile to the player, and you can't attack them during a rebellion outbreak. Like, they just made it so all those characters, which used to be, roadblocks and enemies, that they're not enemies anymore because they had to make it so, you weren't fighting these historical heroes, basically. And it's just like, it's so lame. And like, it's very stupid.
People in China are also mad and being like, what the hell are you doing, man? Like, what is this? I kept seeing, obviously, whenever anything happens with China, people go, the CCP made them do whatever, but it's like, dog, it already went through the process. Like, they approved the game when it came out. It's not. But,
yeah.
Like, it is such a baffling thing to do because it really just, this is just what I keep complaining about with the modern gaming, where I think in my idealized beautiful world, if you're making more than a bug fixes, you like patch, you have a limited amount and you can only use that amount, and then they force you to get away from the game or something. Because I just keep thinking about how Baldur's Gate kept like updating the story to make the characters less mean to you, to like appeal to people, and it's like, why?
Yeah, I literally stopped playing that game. I stopped playing that game like I put like 100 hours into that game, and I was excited to go back for more all the time. And then every time they announced an update, I was just like, oh, I'm just never going to finish this game. So I have a save file in Chapter 3, but they've redone Chapter 3 and the ending so many fucking times that even though they've said they're done, I still have no urge to finish the game.
Yeah, like I feel like they've said that they were done like 2 or 3 times by now, and they're just like, oh no, there's another big patch.
And this is like the worst example of it, obviously, right? Like this is the worst possible of just like weird capitulation and self-censorship, literally self-censorship bad.
Yeah. Because from what it seems like, even more people are now just mad because they're just like, yeah, you're ruining the game. Because, you know, it's the kind of thing where, like, you know, to put it into, like you mentioned, the George Washington thing in like an American context, I guess, it'd be like, yeah, some like weird right-wingers were saying like, oh, it's so wrong of us to be killing the founding fathers. But like more people are just going to be like, it's dumb as hell and it's funny, you know, to have a boss fight against George Washington, you know, because they're normal and they just think it would be funny. But you know, then they ruin the game over some people complaining about it, and now more people are upset than they would be because it's stupid. So,
if you don't think the weird right-wingers will get seethingly angry if they ever make an Assassin's Creed game take place during the Civil War, and you've got to kill, like, a Confederate general, I mean, they absolutely would. That's... Yeah,
I mean they should do that. I'm not saying they should do it because I love to rile them up. Like I don't care about riling people up, but you know, like something like that could be interesting. You know, like just like how a lot of the games that they've been doing in a lot of different situations have been interesting. But you know, like those people got mad when they put Yasuke in Shadows, even though Yasuke's cool as hell, and you know that whole part of history is really interesting. You know, like. Nothing should be off the table, but like this is like the dumbest one I've ever seen. It really just strikes me as like, I don't know. I think what I'm seeing a lot in the Chinese space with like, because you saw with the Korean stuff happening semi-recently with all the fucking guys, but it's like I think that like there is, since the Chinese game dev scene in this. I wouldn't say Wuchang is a AAA game, but it is a higher budget game comparatively to a lot of other Chinese games or like the premium titles, stuff like that. I think a lot of these dev teams are younger and also like super not equipped to be like, oh God, we're getting death threats sent to our studio. What do we do? And then it's just like one guy goes like, well, we give up. Like, turn it. We gotta do. Cause I read an article, in Edge about Wuchang, and like they were all just basically just being like, we gotta show America that China can put up a fight, and it's like I hope, and I don't mean this to like be like looking down on anybody over there, but like I do hope that like they need to get over that mindset, because it really feels like China is just like the Chinese game development market is just so hung up on being like, we need to prove ourselves, and it's like, you'd prove yourselves, just make stuff. Like,
Genshin
it's fine.
Impact's
You
the most
exist.
popular
we know
game
you
in the
exist
world.
already, and people buy the games. Like, you don't have anything to prove. You just need to keep going. Like, just go. Just you exist. You're doing it.
I think I've probably talked about it on the podcast before, but I'm very negative on Black Myth Wukong, and it's specifically because it has that mindset. It is this mindset of we have to create a Western AAA game, and not we have to make a game that's like true to the types of games that we grew up on or something. It's like literally like The fact that it has like so many things lifted directly from God of War 2018 is just the most like, yeah, you didn't want to like do something cool here. You just wanted to do what you thought was correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's also, like, a lot of these games also, like, very heavily lean on Chinese mythology, and it's like, that can be cool, but it also just kind of feels like they're trying to be like, we can show everyone else how cool our mythology is, and it's like, sure, some of it, like, you can do that sometimes, but, like, it feels like it's most of the games that they're, like, that have that kind of feeling of, you know, that they're trying to prove something. Like, a lot of those games are, like, those mythological things where they're just like, we're going to introduce America to us, and it's like
I feel like they still have this idea that wuxia
like,
is unappealing, when I think like the wuxia appeal is stronger than ever right now for a lot of people.
Yeah, exactly. Like I you know, just, you're here, you're on the world stage. We, you know, like as much like, you know, as much as Wuchang, I think is like from you know, from what you've said and what everything that I've heard, that game seems really lame.
It was successful,
but they have a fucking foothold.
It's like, hey, what if we made Neo with one weapon and kind of boring movesets?
What if we made Wukong serving Dracula?
Like, build on it. Yeah, build on it. Do more stuff now. Let's go. You know, like, yeah. But yeah, there's that. Okay, Nikolas, do you want to talk about your last few things, and then we can just hit the last little bit of news?
You know what? Sure. So, there was a bit of a story to this one. Sorry, my mic was sounding weird. I was grabbing something. There's a bit of a story to this one where I've been keeping tabs on this little project, a little game that is from a company not a whole lot of people might know of. It's called Nintendo. They released this thing on this. Have you ever heard of the Switch? I've heard that's a pretty niche console out there.
I've heard of it.
They released this game called Xenoblade Chronicles X on it, and ever since it came out, a lot of my friends wanted me to buy it, even though I didn't really have a whole lot of interest in it. But I've been keeping tabs on it as, like, just to see how it's been doing post-release. And it has all the hallmarks of Nintendo made a game and 0 people bought it. Because even just a few months after it came out, it was getting price drops around where I live. And then I checked recently, and they just weren't selling it at, like, any of my usual stores that I go to check for if I want physical games at all. Like, they're taking this shit out of the stores because I assume it's not selling since they were price dropping it. But it was my birthday relatively recently, and even though I'm like, I don't really, like, want birthday gifts because I will usually just buy things I want myself, someone got me X Definitive Edition. And that's so nice. I'm just kind of, like, sitting on it, and I'm wondering, like, I know I should play this, because I've played every other Xenoblade, and apparently this is now going to be a series where you have to play every game in the series, even though I'm not really super interested in X. But, like, whenever I think about it, it's like, it just doesn't sound like it's going to be all that fun or interesting, because I think I've said it before, it just sounds like, what if we made a Xenoblade game focused on specifically the worst parts of Xenoblade games? Like, yeah, we made one of these focus on the side quests in the big, gigantic open world. Which are like, I do those things in Xenoblade games because I have to. Not because I love walking around the gigantic empty snow pit at the bottom of Valak Mountain. So I can do enemy killing quest number 17. And so, I'm interested, I guess, but it's like, I don't know. This is when I don't know when I want to go into it. I'm interested in just hearing, like, thoughts about that game from the people here who've played it.
Yeah, like, I did end up liking that game, but it is, a lot of it is those kinds of quests where I think that, you know, they improved on that structure a lot more in 2 and 3. But that whole world has just such a great personality to it. All the different, like, alien races mesh together really well. I ended up really liking it at the end of it. And it especially helps with the new stuff that they added in the Switch version is, you know, very, very good. Yeah. But hey, it's good. It's all good. Like, I think it's neat. And, you know, as somebody who, enjoys 1 and 2, I think you will get quite a bit out of X for sure.
Yeah. They did a lot of really nice, the update of Definitive Edition gave a lot of really needed quality of life upgrades. And the thing I appreciate most is they didn't fix any of the really broken shit. Like, people were like, "Oh, they're gonna balance the game," and the director was like, "Fuck no." We know that's the best part, doing 1 billion damage once you figure out the battle system. The game is real. It's my favorite Xenoblade. It always has been, but I'm also an MMO player. I like just living in its stupid, goofy world and just beautiful land. The fact that I can go anywhere and I can look at something and it's gorgeous. It's my favorite. It's the only open world game where every vista looks good. I just
that
love.
Is the thing is, I just think they
game.
made a compelling world. I think it's because they had to think about traversal with the robot suit later on in the game. That means that they actually thought about how you get around that world in a much more interesting way than they do with some of the other Xenoblade games.
Yeah, because there are two. It's essentially 3 separate games in one. You have your start, which you can get to a lot of places on foot if you figure out crawling sideways up walls and figuring stuff like that. But the big key is just exploring. And then you get your robot, and it can only roll and jump. So you get access to a lot more areas, but there's still a decent amount of stuff that is inaccessible. Mm-hmm. And then you get the ability to fly, and suddenly everything is
You're all
open
over the
to
goddamn
you.
place.
And you're going down inside of volcanoes, you're going everywhere, and there's something about that game that scratches the itch for, I want to explore more than anything else. Yes, the side quests are fun. You can ignore. The only ones you actually need to do are the ones that, the character quests, because there's some really good writing in there. Meanwhile, you don't have to do every single side quest in the game. There's a lot of fun stuff in there, but you don't have to do them. To still get the most out of it.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I would say, try it out, at least.
I guess I will get to it eventually, because, I don't think... they look nice most of the time, but I don't think Xenoblade worlds are generally fun to explore. I think because they had to be a lot smaller in 2s are just the most fun to go through, because since they're not 5 miles wide, they're not they can actually build those places
but
around
also,
something.
2 has the thing where they have skills that you need to upgrade to access certain parts of the map. So again, they had to think about it, and that's kind of what X has going for it the same way. They have to deliberately think more. And
even then, ignoring the field skills, it's 2 has in the desert area, it's small enough that they can make this set piece of oh, there's this one thing where you can climb near the top of a building and then jump onto these storage containers that are being taken in and out of the city to a factory embedded in a cliff, and they're moving platforms carrying coal into and out of the city as a power source. And it's they would never do that in 1 or 3. If you told them to add that in 3 after showing it to them in 2, they'd be they'd just all quit on the spot. It's I think, because they don't have any cities. There's no set pieces in 1 or 3 on the level of as impactful on an area as there are in 2. I think that's probably how do I put this? I think the desert area in 2 is a really good example of the kind of design I think would be cool for them to put into these games that they just don't want to do. Because that one, there's this whole pipe system that's going on underneath the entire city. The city itself is half the area And then you can go out to like an industrial zone and factory zone, and those are connected to like these uniquely abandoned locations. And it's like you can get this entire history of this one smaller area because everything is forced to tie together, because they can't just go, okay, here's the largest playing field in existence for your first area that we're going to put the monkey in that kills you at the start of the game. It's like it feels like they have to do, like there's as many set pieces in one of the smaller 2 areas as there are in the 1 and 3 areas. It's just they're closer together. So it's way better at being like, wow, that looks cool, and there's probably something I can use my skills to go do in there. I want to go there. Instead of 1 or 3 where it's like, oh, I guess there's probably a chest that has money I won't spend at the other side of this field. I should probably go do that because this is what the game is built for. So I hope X ends up being able to capture that feeling of like, wow, there are interesting things going on in this world that will naturally make me want to jump from place to place in it. But I am concerned about that because it is also the one everyone touts as being the most gigantic, which is the exact thing I don't want this company to be doing with its open worlds. But you have a mech that can fly. When they're kept just like a medium-sized, like 2.
The mech flies very fast.
They work in a medium size, and maybe...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to
you won't go that many places until you get the mech anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, you really, like, you can go to every zone on foot if you're a crazed psychopath like I am. But, like, you shouldn't even see the northernmost zone until you get your mech. But, like, there's all sorts of little tricks you can do to get places, but, do you want to swim for 10 minutes to get to an area? No. No, you get your mech and you drive there in 30 seconds from you found the peg point to drop your peg in the ground. My understanding is
they also added that insane... I only got to like chapter 8 when I was replaying, John, so you have to answer this for me. They give you like a plane, right? They give you like a plane transform in the definitive edition or something?
Certain mechs, one mech that they added that's new can transform with the cockpit view.
Yeah.
And that mech also just on foot has a higher jump speed, distance, and speed. So it does, like, if you use that mech, you can get to every area in the map pretty much. But its flight speed is even faster than the other than all your other mechs, which are already fast. Like, once you get flight, you can get across the entire map in minutes.
Yeah. All right. Is there anything else that any of y'all want to...
my biggest concern.
Is there anything else that y'all want to speak on, or do you want to hit these last little bits of news?
What the hell was I going to say? I don't remember. Silent Hill, only 1 month away.
That's true.
That's crazy.
Oh, damn.
That's true. All right. We've got some updates on some of the recent news bits that we've been talking about recently. First off, with the payment processors debacle. So there have been multiple reports on Blue Sky, especially from one Blue Sky user, Diesel Brain, who has been really pushing the protests and the calling stuff and all that. It's been like one of the, like, I don't know if I want to say leaders, but, you know, just one of the leading voices, I guess I would say. She's been talking about a lot of the stuff, keeping everyone on top of everything. And one of the things that she has reported, and some other folks have reported, is that Stripe, which is one of the bigger payment processors, like a lot of like mobile like processing and all that. Like if you're going through, like if you're like buying something through an iPad, they do a lot of that stuff. They have their phone operators have been, quote, more aggressive the past few days, and this is from the 12th, so this is a few days ago. And apparently a few of the processors have straight up said that Stripe does not want people to use their processor for the purchase of any LGBTQ content, not just adult stuff, just any. They just said, to quote this post here, to be clear, I was very clear in asking, can I use Stripe for purchases of LGBT content? And both times, different operators have told me Stripe does not support those transactions.
So I will say Stripe has come out and responded to that and said this is absolutely, if people did that, the fact that people did say this is incorrect. They actually made a pretty big statement on it. It was a couple of days after that post went viral, but they did respond to it and say no, and we're retraining our people to make sure they don't say that. And then they actually they became accessible to more places that didn't have Stripe payments.
Okay. Well then that, I guess that's just a story of how this kind of stuff works, that bringing attention to it is how things change then. So that's good. But yeah, that's still continuing to happen. There's been, let me see if there's been any more big updates here. Just a lot of more companies and more pushing of I know that PayPal just pulled from some countries on Steam, won't let you use PayPal anymore. It's just continuing to be a fiasco. But people are still pushing, and if the operators are getting so pissed off that they're saying wrong information and then having to have the company make a statement and do all this stuff, then the continued pressure is gonna hopefully work, because keep calling.
It definitely is. It's like starting to work.
Mm-hmm. And one last thing here, Arkane's union, which is they are specifically their STJV union members at Arkane France, have released a statement calling for Microsoft to divest from Israel, and has joined the BDS movement in putting pressure on them, which is just, again, a story of how, putting pressure on these companies is what you need to do, and the power of a union, the fact that a company that is owned by Microsoft is able to say publicly, we don't stand for this and we urge them to divest. Like, that's, that's what should be happening. That is what these companies should be able to do and should use with their voices for.
Yep. It's really funny. Recently, as I've said a lot of times, I watch a lot of GDC talks just randomly when I'm bored and go back to the archive that they have. And it's really funny even going back to 2018, because you have a bunch of talks of you either have talks of people going now is the time to unionize, this is it, this is our big time, we can actually sway people and do things. And then you have a bunch of talks that are also people going, well, we can't unionize. That doesn't, it would be bad. Just trust, it's going to be great. There's not going to be any layoffs. It's 2018 and it's just unionize. It's great.
Yeah.
It's just good. It takes a long time. I'm sorry. That's the unfortunate downside, is it does take over a year to really see the tangible results, maybe even longer, but it is worth it to make a better world for yourself and everyone else.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Is there any other news that you all want to highlight, or shall we move on to questions? All right. If you want to send in a question, you can go to your email client of choice and send one to podcast@gamesline.net. Or we have our Discord server, thegamezone.zone. We have a little thread in there to send in questions as well. And get something like this. Maverick has sent us a question that is, it's too damn hot. Now, what's a game that'll cool me down? What's a cool down game that y'all have?
That cools you down. Honestly, I'm trying to think. There's two angles to approach here. There's like, do you want like a summer game or like a game that's cold that makes you think of being cold? Like, because if it's a cold game, you could always play something like fucking Rise of the Tomb Raider, which is just in ice zones and stuff like that. But to like chill out, I just play like character action game. I play Bayonetta 2. I tell you what, that's what I do. Yep. Bayonetta 2 is just like, you just load that shit up and play it. That's true.
It's a Christmas game.
Like, my chill out game everyone knows is fucking Neo 2, but that's like also, yeah, like that. Yeah, you've got to be a freak like me to go, hey, I need to relax. I'm gonna go play this fucking character action hard ass game.
Honestly, Elden Ring Night Rain has been a good chill out game for me recently.
There you go.
Of this, like,
I'm excited to dig into
you just do a
that.
pattern.
Like,
it's fun.
Like, I bought it. I don't know why I bought it, because I haven't even actually played Elden Ring yet. But I don't know. It seems like a fun game to play with friends. But I don't know, cooldown game actually recently has probably been like the most chill time I had was helping my little like niece through the ice stage of Donkey Kong Bonanza, which is a incredibly fun game.
And this is great.
And yeah, that's got a really fun chill ice level where there's fire everywhere. It kind of rules.
Nikolas, do you have a cooldown game that you would recommend?
Well, since the game that was requested was a game that'll cool me, that the three mentions of being cold, may I recommend it for the Dreamcast, Pen Tri-Isolon, a game that doesn't have any evil caricatures in it whatsoever. Don't worry about any depictions that may be within that. It says ice 3 times in the title. It cool you off 3 times. Don't worry about it. Do not play the jungle stage in that game. Have you seen what character I'm talking about?
No, but
it's bad. It's
bad. I can kind of guess from hints.
Yeah, there's some context clues that I can pick up on.
Just look up Pen Tri-Isolon. Does it show up in like? I'm not seeing it in the image search results. I know it's in there.
Oh God! I know
it is in there.
I mean, this character, this penguin character that they're showing on the cover, that feels like if you could make a racist caricature of a penguin, I think that's what it would look like.
Oh wow, wow!
It's so bad. Tri-Isolon, cool you are.
Yeah. I mean, I just enjoy, like some chill ROM hacks and stuff like that for sure. I've been like chipping away at a Pokemon ROM hack. That's always nice.
That's true.
I would recommend that.
Yeah,
find a game or a series or something that you already like and just try something different.
Yeah,
something in that vein, but new, but different. That's I think a good cool down. And to wrap us up here, we have Solon, who says, are there any other newer RPG Maker games like Off that folks are getting good brainworms from? I'm looking at In Stars and Time right now, and it looks like it could fit that idea. So, she's not on, but Lily did write a review of Off, the new remaster, like remake, port, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it. She just thought it was okay. She gave it a 3. But, yeah, there was a good while there that a lot of people were playing a lot of RPG Maker games, and that does feel like it's kind of fallen off. Like, are there any, like, newer ones that y'all are aware of that you would recommend?
I don't know, but I'm going to have to add this one that he listed to my list.
There's, let's see, Hello Charlotte's pretty interesting. There's,
Can What's that?
It's
one?
kind of like a Yuri style one.
Like,
it's very focused on like
pitch.
Yuri things, but it's very like Eldritch Old God horror style stuff with it. It's pretty fun. I like that. It's very Offian, I would say.
Okay.
I'm trying to come up with fun things.
Offian.
Mortis Ghost from the retinue of Mortis Ghost.
We gotta come up with we gotta think about more off likes.
The quirky indie RPG that's Earthbound inspired and about depression.
Are you going to name one right now? I don't want to interrupt you. Are you going to say Del?
Me?
No,
Okay.
No, I was just throwing out.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I get you. Okay.
Continue.
This one, it has a horny version, but I know people really like Demon's Roots. That's one that has people praise the writing of that one all the time, but it is based on an eroge, so know what you're getting into to a certain degree. Fear and Hunger is basically that. I'm going to be honest with you. Fear and Hunger is basically an RPG Maker game. Yeah. I really liked Fear and Hunger too, but again, high level subject matter. But the thing is like most things like that are in the off style are very much, kind of edgy and scary stuff. Like I always think of like the old ones, Angels of Death, stuff like that from that old era, Ib, etc. There's that Yume Nikki Together game. I forget what it's called. It's just Yume Nikki Online or something, where you just play Yume Nikki with someone else. I'll try to figure out what the exact name for that one is. But there's a bunch out there, honestly. Like the thing is I think like these days everyone just treats them as like Fear and Hunger likes for the most part. In a lot of ways of like, hey, this is more like Fear and Hunger. It's like, well, Fear and Hunger is just an RPG Maker game with crazy mechanics. That's all. Like, it's not really that different.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot out there.
There's to recommend a YouTuber again. There's he normally does a lot of like SMT videos, but Marsh on YouTube, Marsh SMT. Has done quite a few like RPG Maker reviews, like of old like unknown Japanese ones from like the 90s. Ooh. That are, and by reviews it's like partially review, partially just play through, but it is neat to just see those games played through because a lot of them are in Japanese, so it's nice to just be able to have someone run through it, and you don't have to worry about the language barrier. And he's, I would recommend those videos if you want to see some old RPG Maker stuff from the 90s, from a long time ago. Because some of that stuff is still really cool. And I don't really know anything about modern stuff, but I will just say, if you haven't, you gotta play Space Funeral. Space Funeral is the shit. That's the one that should have gotten the remaster. They need to put Space Funeral on Steam and Switch so everyone knows about it. That's my take.
I looked it up and it is just Yume Nikki Online, by the way. It's just what it's called. Also known as Yume Tuki.
Well, there you go.
But I know people have fun with that one. There's a lot out there. It's not that hard. Like I struggle because I almost am like, oh, like a Mori or something like that, I feel like those like reach a higher level, right, than just RPG Maker cult classic things. Those are more like your Undertales. Like you wouldn't say Undertale's an RPG Maker game, right? Or like in that style.
But
you would say it's like on an echelon above, right? Like you would say it's more higher. Yeah.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah.
That's the problem, a lot of these. Like, because like I could say Chained Echoes is very reminiscent of a lot of RPG Maker games. That's an RPG that came out a couple years ago, but it is it is treated as more of a traditional
It is
RPG.
the better of the two big JRPGs that came out that year.
It's definitely better than Sea of Stars.
But everyone loves Sea of Stars. Nobody remembers Chained Echoes.
Well,
I'm sorry, of the two Chrono Trigger likes.
Well, one didn't have a large marketing budget, so.
Yeah. Wasn't Omori like originally going to be an RPG Maker game, and then
it was supposed to be, and then I think they switched to Unity or Game Maker, maybe
because it made a bunch of money at Kickstarter. I think, right? Like they just got.
I mean, it took forever to come out.
That too, yeah.
It's a decent. I like that game. I think it's charming.
I've been playing it. I am enjoying it.
Yeah.
I still don't think I can ever bring myself to play it because I can't take can't take it seriously.
You just think of the Toon Link shirt. That's all you can think about when you see it.
Yeah, every time I think about Omocat, I just think of the fucking Tohoba fucked up post, and I'm just like, I can't. I'm sorry. Maybe someday.
I will say, I've repeatedly been like in the middle of playing the game and been in a serious moment. Then I think of that one GIF from Mori where it's like he has the knife and the fork and he's clanking it together really, really fast, and it's like really screwed up, like fucked up and scary. I need to find it so I can share it, but like every so often, that will just flash through my head, and it's like, oh well, I can't take this scene seriously anymore because I'm thinking about this. I need to like wait for a minute to think about that GIF and then get back to playing the real game. Like this game, like very fun game. I'll probably have a lot of things to say about it once I finish it in like a couple weeks, since I do want to talk about it. It is very promising from what I've played so far. But
yeah, like that and like the fucking raining ketchup Omori boy videos too. Like that fucked me up too. Like just
yeah, this is good.
But
I keep
yeah.
thinking of this.
What do you keep thinking about?
The thing I posted in the recording server.
Oh. The fuck? That's horrifying. I don't know about that one.
I don't know what this is, but I keep thinking about it when I'm playing the game, and it's like, yeah, I gotta take a little break to like go do something else so I can take this game seriously.
Of course. All right. Well, that should do it. Unless anyone in the chat has a quick question that they want to throw out there, I'll give you all a few seconds to do that. But otherwise, yeah, we've got had a good time. I would say that I had a good time. Did you all have a good time?
It's good to be back.
I had a wonderful time.
Good to hear. Good to hear. So yes, if nobody else has any questions, then then thank you all for listening, and thank you all for being here on the Twitch and listening on the podcast feed or on YouTube. Because there's a bunch of different ways you can get your mitts on this podcast now. We've got our website, Gamesline.net. You can head over there and check out stuff, because we've been posting some stuff. Maverick's got his interview with Yagu, and make sure that I get the with Ryota Aomi, who, again, I didn't know what was going on with that. Like, he's like the CTO over there at Cover now, but he used to be like in charge of a bunch of Dragon Quest stuff, and also worked on the GameCube Pokemon games, like Coliseum and XD. Like, that's such a wild trajectory.
Should have forced Maverick to tell him to go back and make XD2.
True. I mean, maybe they'll make XD2, but with the HoloLive girls. I don't know. We'll see. But, and then, the off review that Lily did, we've got that up there as well. Go check that out. Go read it. We've got more stuff coming up, more reviews, more everything. Stuff is happening on the website. Just check it out. If you want to keep up with it all, though, we've got our Blue Sky, Gamesline.net, with an @ sign in front of it if you want to follow us on there. We have our Tumblr, Gamesline.tumblr.com. We have the YouTube channel, which you might be watching this on YouTube right now, youtube.com/@thegamesline. Or you might be watching our Twitch right now, twitch.tv/GameslineTV. You can also watch us on there live every Sunday at 5 CST, which is like 6 EST. I guess it's the more normal time. That's the standard is EST. So 6 EST. You can follow our Patreon, patreon.com/Gamesline. The money is good for us. We use it to buy things.
Yeah.
Like items. And pay for this website to continue to run. So any Patreon funds is great. And we also get, when you pay the $3, you also get to listen to Unlimited Railworks a whole week early when we do it, which we're probably going to record that this coming week, a new episode. And get ready for that, because we've been watching a lot of anime. I've been watching a lot of anime. I got to catch up on some stuff still, but I've still been watching a lot of anime. And you could come to our Discord server, thegamezone.zone, type that into your web browser to bring you straight there. And thank you to meltchannel/Magic Circuit for our theme song Crush off of the album Magic is Real. If you want to listen to their stuff, it's meltchannel.bandcamp.com or magic-circuit.bandcamp.com. And as always, I will always recommend to do said purchases if you so wish to purchase their music on the first Friday of every month, because that's Bandcamp Friday. They get the full cut. But other than that, yeah, let's run that down here. Lorelai, where can people find you?
You find me at twitch.tv/Judgment Scythe and Judgment Scythe on Blue Sky. That's pretty much it these days. And, you know, the Gamesline. Come hang out in the Discord and whatnot.
Yeah. Rose, how about you?
Just a horn gal on Twitter and fatamorgana.bsky.social. That's me. I'm over there.
I love that
Nikolas?
you got Fata Morgana so much. It's so you. It's perfect.
Me too.
You're the
It's perfect.
You're the house in Fata Morgana.
I'm the damn house.
You're in the house,
like carpet.
How about you, Nikolas?
Spark it. You can find me at I forgot my profile. suicidecactus.bluesky.social or SBSky. It's something like that. I also have a Twitter, but I don't really care about sharing that.
You can find me on Blue Sky at john.gamesline.net. And that's kind of it. That's where I've been posting lately. But that'll do it. Thank you so much for listening. We will be back next week with another episode of the Gamesline podcast, and thank you for being with us.
Bye!
This guy said podcast.
Popcast. I mean, we're the best popcast in the game. Yeah, exactly. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.